Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Marty. What's up, Marty?
Hello, how are you?
Good, sir. So I didn't get your take on the Village of the Angels, so for Doctor Who Flux. So I want to know what you thought.
Um, it has reignited my interest. Definitely. Last week I was with you. I wasn't too impressed with the episode last week. It didn't really click with me at all. But this week definitely has got me back into it.
Yeah.
So many questions. What the hell is going on? What the hell's going on with Bell and Vinder?
I know. I'm very concerned. I put on Twitter. I'm very concerned that Chibnall's going to do the wrong thing and make it that Yaz and Dan create unit because of the Doctor, and I really hope they don't do that, because here's the thing you have to understand. It's a time travel show, one, and two, if they're leaving a note, because I saw like a clip about them leaving a note for 2021, like Unit is with the Doctor for so many decades, and the fact that like they would come across that before they were created, possibly, and then have to do a hush-hush thing like Torchwood organization. I'm really hope Chibnall doesn't mess with that and do that. But I have a feeling, because here's the thing, like, what's the odds that the TARDIS being stuck where it is until it gets to the 2021 doesn't alter the timeline with the Doctor and Unit? Like, if they're trying to reach out to Unit and say the third Doctor's there and, oh, shit, there's the TARDIS, you change the whole timeline.
That's it, like, because you think, if Unit have the TARDIS, and, we obviously know that most of the third Doctor's part of it was sort of him trying to rebuild the TARDIS.
Right.
Surely if the Unit have the TARDIS, the Brigadier would have had some knowledge. You would have had to keep it quiet that there's another TARDIS here and he has to say nothing.
But he wouldn't keep quiet. He would tell the Doctor, because they don't know what they're doing. Right? Automatically, he would talk to the Doctor about everything.
Yeah, that's it. Like, another thing just now, when you mentioned Unit and the Brigadier, I almost screamed when I seen Kate Stewart in the Next Time trailer. Almost screamed, and I'm looking forward to her. I seen a tweet earlier on today from Matt Strevens, the exec producer, basically saying something along the lines of, if you're a fan of Unit, it's not just Kate that you're going to be seeing in this episode.
Right.
So
odds are Osgood's in it too, but I hope that they basically flat out say she's not a Zygon, and that that the Zygon died at the hands of Missy, because that's why Missy said you smell, if you remember.
Yeah.
Because that's so stupid that they're playing around with that.
There's part of me, and there's fans suggesting it over the past couple of hours. I don't know whether it'll happen or not, but there's some fans seem to be suggesting that it could be Martha Jones that turns up. But if she is, like, honest to God, I just wouldn't know what to do.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, odds are, if Martha Jones shows up, they're going to say that Mickey Smith was killed because of the Flux, or because of whatever. Or
that she broke up with him, something like that.
I don't think they'll do that. I think that he'll die, because they made it like they were solid. So I think flat out they'll make it that he was the casualty of. Because here's the thing, they're never going to have him in there again. Yeah, obviously, because of his Noel Clarke's accusations. And it's not like a character like people will be wanting him to come back anyway. Nobody really cares about Mickey Smith. So, like, they probably would kill him off, and Martha Jones will be back in the forefront.
Yeah, I just, if she is in it, I just hope that it's left in a way where RTD can come in and do whatever he wants with that.
Yeah, and I think that they would do that, because I think that she is going along with her show, right? But I think it's going into the fourth year?
Yeah, it's the fourth or fifth series, isn't it?
Right. So the thing is, like, I mean, it could be a show like ER or Grey's Anatomy that reached decades. I doubt it, but there's got to be an exit strategy that after that's done, what is she going to do? And if Big Finish is hooking her up, maybe they'll do, RTD has in mind the spinoff for Martha Jones, because RTD doesn't just do one show, if you know. he could do a show with Martha Jones and Unit.
Yeah, Martha Jones, Unit, and even bring in Christ. You know, you could have Kate Stewart, Osgood, Martha Jones. You could, as the guy that plays Harry Sullivan, is he still living? You know, bring in all these guys from Unit.
I don't know, but they could also do something where they could show that Clara and Danny Pink are in the land of the living, like you know, that they, you know, the Time Lords put them back and she's alive, or Missy, because of Missy with the thing. She has a new body and he has a new body because they're in there. Like when she died after the thing with the Ravens, her body went in the thing with Danny Pink. So I mean, it's Missy had them connected to it. That's why she was able to see everything on her iPad. So when Clara dies, she would go right into the Nethersphere or something. So I mean, I would expect that to be, because the future still has to happen that way with that future descendants, you know, and the Doctor's not aware of it, you know.
Tell me this. See this Grand Serpent guy, you know, that guy that's been the last.
Yeah, I'm a little worried with that because I have a feeling that he's going to turn out to be like the Timeless Child.
Him?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a funny feeling he could turn out to be Rassilon or somebody. I don't know.
I think he'll be the Timeless Child, and the Timeless Child's a villain, and the whole point is that the Division had altered the Matrix of Gallifrey because they wanted to put the Doctor up against the Serpent, which would be the Timeless Child. I think that the whole concept of the Timeless Child is that, one, there was a child running around. Two, there was no regeneration energy. It was just that he was an all-powerful being. They created that whole stuff to get her involved, but also I think like Rassilon having revenge, because again, look at the Daleks. Now, I said this in the last cast, and after you caught it, the Daleks are supposed to be emotionless beings.
Yeah.
But they're not emotionless beings, because if you remember the episodes with the Daleks, when Victory with the Daleks happened, they were scared that something happened to Skaro, their home planet, and they ran away into the future. As a robot, you don't have any emotional attachment. You don't have any emotions. But a lot of the times, the Daleks were angry with the Doctor, and they were talking and boasting and threatening. That's an emotional response. If it was a robot, they wouldn't give a shit. But there's an emotionally tied response to the defeats. So the Daleks do have emotions. Same thing like Cybermen. And I have a feeling that, you know, if it was me, I would have Davros just kill friggin' the Swarm and Azure, because, like, again, the Daleks are never a second fiddle to anyone, and Davros especially. So Davros would kill the Swarm.
Speaking of Davros, I don't know if you've seen this. So you know that whole Doctor Who time fracture thing that was going on in that live experience. They're reopening it again, and they've put a new model of Davros in it, but the face mold on Davros has been updated. Yeah. So I'm starting to think, is Davros going to be in the New Year's Day special? Because
you think about this for a second, right? The Doctor's always in certain hours of her regeneration cycle, right?
Yeah.
Davros was regenerating, right? So why would the regeneration stop halfway? If the regeneration restored his sight, why wouldn't the regeneration restore his legs?
Yeah.
And why couldn't the Serpent be Davros?
Yeah. You just
imagine that guy could be Davros.
It could be. You just don't know. Or like,
because how else is he traveling through time? Unless he has the emergency temporal shift.
Well, the thing that some people are saying is that the whole TARDIS thing, that he has the TARDIS, because you notice that clip of him, he's standing outside the TARDIS. Now, whether he's looking at the TARDIS.
Has the TARDIS. He's there.
Yeah.
I think she has the TARDIS. But...
So either she has the TARDIS and he's looking for it, or he has the TARDIS and he's somehow ended up in Unit. One of those two things is happening.
Yeah, but see, we never knew that he was local. We thought he was localized to the future with Vinder. Like, what the fuck is he doing there? That's what makes no sense. Like, then you're gonna throw the Centaurans in there too. Like, they're fucking done already. Like, why are they in there again?
Yeah, they've dropped enough hints. I think, like, there was a line in the last episode there. What was it, the Village of the Angels, where she was like, "Oh, the night that me and you had in the cubicle across the road from the academy." Now, it seems to be just implying that this is Gallifrey, that the two of them are Gallifrey. They mightn't be Time Lords, but they're Gallifreyan, it seems to be implying.
Here's the whole point. He's going out of his way, Chimnall, to say that the Doctor isn't Gallifreyan.
Yeah.
So then you're gonna say she is Gallifreyan.
Yeah. That
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I just don't know what he's doing. Like he's laying breadcrumbs, and it seems to be, from what I've watched every episode about twice now, and it seems to be that he's laying breadcrumbs to lead us in different directions. He's not giving.
It's going to be a misdirection, and the whole TARDIS thing is going to be something separate. That it wasn't the Flux, and it wasn't the swarm that's making it sick. It's something else, and it could be the Doctor's fault, actually.
It could be, because you notice that New Year's Day poster, it has the picture of the TARDIS, and it still looks like it's broken up. It still looks like it's breaking down on the outside now as well. So, it could be the case where this here is carrying on into her specials. The TARDIS been broken, and the whole Flux thing's getting wrapped up now next week.
It could be that she's broken, the Doctor, because the TARDIS is connected to her, and it could be that. Because you remember how we had those episodes where they said something was wrong with her medically, and she hushed them up, right?
Yeah.
It could be that she's dying, but the TARDIS is taking the brunt of it.
It could be
until she could deal with it.
It could be that. I don't know. Like one of the rumors going around like on Reddit and Gallifrey base back and like about Jesus, must be 18 months ago now. It was that the TARDIS was dying, and the only way what was going to happen was for them to get a cure. They were going to go to ancient Gallifrey, and they were going to find out everything. The division, the timeless child, the whole lot was going to be found out. So now we know the TARDIS is dying, but like, are we going to get ancient Gallifrey? Are we going to get, all of this? Because where the hell have the angels took the Doctor? They've obviously took the Doctor back to Gallifrey, but when?
Yeah, this is what I don't understand too. The angels want all the secrets of the one angel, right?
Yeah.
But how does the one angel work a deal with them where now they're all working with the Time Lords? That doesn't, that I don't understand. Like, I'm kind of confused by that. Now, we do know, look, it looks like the whole thing about the Doctor being a weeping angel, no, it's just like an imprisonment thing to ship her off to the division.
Yeah.
That thing is going to be removed.
Yeah.
Once she gets it.
The thing is, whereabouts in Gallifrey history are we heading to? Are we heading ancient Gallifrey? Because Gallifrey is destroyed, so it has to be in the past.
Again, how is Gallifrey destroyed, but none of the Gallifreyans hunting the Doctor knows that? Especially with current technology, they have like their own type of cell phones where they're in constant communication with Rassilon.
Unless it's the case where the division aren't based on Gallifrey. Gallifrey, you know what happened? Like, obviously the Master.
Why couldn't it be that Gallifrey, like, if the Daleks are creating multiple Scaros?
Yeah.
Because wasn't there a thing that they said they had 6 Scaros?
I remember hearing that, somewhere.
Right?
Somewhere.
So why couldn't, here's the thing, maybe there was a peace treaty that was made where the Time Lords are like, look, we're not going to go after you. You could rebuild, we'll give you the technology to restore Skaro, but you got to let us restore Gallifrey because there's a bigger threat coming. Like, and you leave us alone and we'll leave you alone.
Yeah, something along those lines, but it's just...
There's got to be a reason why all of a sudden the Daleks just stopped going after the Time Lords.
I've got the strangest feeling that the Master's going to show up.
But that's another thing too. I think they played him and he's going to be pissed because I think it's a sense of, how they could take planets out of time, like Stone Earth. I think they took a Gallifrey out of another universe and brought it into our universe, and that's not Gallifrey. That's a alternate reality Gallifrey that was destroyed by the Master, and the real Gallifrey is cloaked somewhere else.
Or even like the real Gallifrey is still in that pocket universe. It's still in
right, because it's not in the pocket universe because it wasn't supposed to be in the pocket universe, so it was out. So when the Doctor went to the pocket universe and see the dead Gallifrey, I think that's another Gallifrey that they grabbed from another timeline. And
did you notice?
Did
you notice it in that mid-credit scene when Bell says to Vinder, "I'm giving you coordinates, and the coordinates are," and then it cuts off.
Yeah.
And I felt like saying she's about to give him the coordinates to Gallifrey. That's the first thing that came into my head. Now I could be wrong, but like, was it 10-0 by 02? Was it 10-0?
I just don't want them to make them to be like the biggest thing there is. Like it's just Vinder and it's just Bell. Why do they have to be? the Doctor's mother or the Doctor's or the Master's mother or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying?
I would take it. I'd rather it be the Master's mother and father than the Doctor's.
Like, why do they have to? And that's another thing too. That would be the ironic thing that two beautifully, wonderful alien beings are give birth to the most evilest bastard. You're like, you know what? I'd be like crazy.
Yeah. It's. I just don't know. Like, there's something going on.
And he's seen TARDISes before. So what does that mean?
It has to, like, but the question hasn't even been asked. Where are you from? Where are you from? And
Outpost Rose. That goes to show that they're in the future, and the Torchwood archives that were from Impossible Planet and Satan Pit had named an outpost after Rose as a thank you for saving their ass, right? Yeah. And they just named an outpost after Rose because what she did with the Doctor.
I reckon he's getting the chop this week because the cast list is out for next week's episode already, and there's no vendor on the list with bells on it. I reckon he's going. I reckon he's dead this week. Yeah, I reckon he's gone. Or what if we find out who he is? What if he dies? What if he regenerates? I don't know. Like, you just don't know.
Well, he's not a Time Lord, I don't think.
See, that's the thing. He could be a Gallifreyan.
Well, maybe they're the Division. Maybe he is. Maybe he's the Division.
Or what if he is like what Chibnall fucking called it, the Shibogans? What if he's a Shibogan? Like from the early days of Gallifrey,
And another thing too, like this whole thing ties with Captain Jack with the Alliance. Remember the Alliance that was formed with the Pandorica to put the Doctor in there? The Alliance is still around, and they're chasing Captain Jack through time. So now all of a sudden that just stops because of accusations with John Barrowman. Like, what was that connected to? You know what I'm saying? Like that, it was probably connected to this whole thing.
There was a theory going around on Reddit, or was it Gallifrey Base? One of the two of them. I frequented both of them. That you know how it was written into the story that Jack had 2 years of memories that were lost.
1 year. 1 year.
1 year. Yeah. That Chibnall apparently had the plan to explain that Jack was recruited by the Division, and that's what it was.
That would make sense, though.
That he lost the.
But they would have to CGI that to make him look younger, like he was in series 1.
Yeah, that's it. You know? That's it.
Just like they made Doc Ock, they did CGI and make him look younger.
Yeah, I just hope that with the comes to John Barrowman, he done an interview the other day on TV on breakfast television over in the UK, and listen, you can tell that the man is just completely damaged. He's just completely shattered.
Here's the thing with that, right? He is damaged, but guess what? Right? He's living. He's doing stuff. He's not canceled. I would say he's partly canceled because the whole point is that they're probably telling him, look, hang in there, because when Russell T. Davis takes over, it's his production company. He don't give a shit. He's going to bring you back, but just do these little side things, do your thing. Do your musical, do your whatever, and comes 2022, we're going to film, and you're going to be in Doctor Who, and we're going to bring Torchwood back the following year. So I honestly think, because that's another key, that the BBC has no involvement, that he'll bring John Barrowman back, and it's too bad.
Mm-hmm. That's it, because like at the end of the day,
I'm convinced like that's what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, because I noticed that. Like I follow RTD on Instagram, and they like each other's posts all the time, and they comment.
There's no way he's gonna let him be canceled. I'm telling you right now, he's gonna uncancel him.
Yeah, and he'll be able to, as I say, like RTD will be able to catch lightning on the bottle for the third time. Like he'll be able to.
It's a situation where, let's just say he made $10 million a year.
Yeah.
Right now he makes $2 million a year.
Yeah.
He's not canceled, but he's just not at full capacity making money. But here's the thing, though. He's rich, and his husband's a model. So his husband's still making money, right?
Yeah,
right?
That's it.
The house is probably paid off, right?
And even like the likes of, over in the UK, the likes of like ITV, where he was doing Dance on the Ice.
But he's
ITV,
getting money from conventions. Like they're making thousands, right? So he's
ITV,
not... Right, he's not suffering in any way.
ITV, they would be like sort of like the second rival broadcaster to the BBC. ITV, like they've basically said, listen, he's not on Dance the Nice anymore, but he's getting to do more of those all-star musicals, like, which is on TV. So like, if ITV can give him a second chance,
that's why the BBC has to get out of the way. That's why Russell T Davies got them out of the way too. That's another reason. Like, he could be free to, because that's another thing. You're not going to take over Doctor Who if they're going to have say over you. Like, they told him that woman couldn't be the Doctor's mother, and he wasn't happy about that, right?
Yeah.
So guess what? Now he can do whatever freaking he wants, really, and he can have whoever he wants, because he's not going to take over and they say, "Well, you can't use John Barrowman." No, I'm using John Barrowman. He's going to be in my show. Too bad.
Yeah, that's to say, like, it'll be the case where, like, he'll call the shots, but like, he'll say, John, no funny business, whatever it is, and we're sorted here. Like, as long as you, what's the words?
Behave.
Behave. We're gonna have no issue with you, like.
Right.
So
I want to get back to the Weeping Angels for a second, because
go for it.
I'm always a huge Weeping Angel fan because I went to filming for Angels Take Manhattan. So I seen them in person. I seen the actors in person filming with the Weeping Angels and everything. And I always have a soft spot in my heart for the Weeping Angels. I gave it a 7 because I felt that it wasn't the best Weeping Angel thing I've ever seen. And even though the thing with the Doctor was cool, I did feel like Chibnall did not fully grasp how to use the Weeping Angels. And he was confused about certain things with it. And it wasn't really, I mean, of course, it's not going to be 100% because Moffat's not doing it. That's his creation. But it wasn't the worst, because the worst was when they just used the Weeping Angels for like side shit. When they did like the thing with the Time of the Doctor and the Weeping Angel grabs Clara's leg or some shit, right? But it was too weak to zap her through time. I just want them to be respected better, because you can't now make a rule that they can't be touched twice by a Weeping Angel, when Rory was touched I don't know how many times, twice, right? And Amy, so Rory was touched twice, more than twice, and he's still there. So like, I just want them to there's got to be a purpose to why things happen, and there's never really been a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, what do you mean a Weeping Angel works for Gallifrey? And it was supposed to be a separate thing. The Weeping Angels of old and the Weeping Angels of new, right? Because Weeping Angels of old was not statues, but they were Gallifreyans, Time Lords doing this, right? So what is the connection to that? The old and the new? Did the Time Lords punish other Time Lords and invented the Weeping Angels? Like, I want them to, they could explain that away.
Yeah, I mean, that was always like a long-standing theory ever since Blink came out. That
it could be just like, you know how you had the Sisterhood of Karn that just are basically Gallifreyans, right? They're basically Time Lords, and they just offshoot of that. It could be that the Weeping Angels are another offshoot of the Sisterhood of Karn.
Yeah, it could be like, it could have been the case where, like, long in the early days of Gallifrey, that maybe the Time Lords sort of,
it could be related to the 5 Doctors, because remember how the guy wanted immortality and he became a statue in Rassilon's chamber? It could be that Rassilon invented the Weeping Angels.
It could be, and then once Gallifrey disappeared or whatever, the Weeping Angels just went off on their own and done their own thing.
Exactly.
That's what I think could have happened. Yeah, but but overall, I think I'd give the episode, I'd be the same as yourself, 7 out of 10. This one
I give it a 7.
But I'm mainly looking. The one thing I'm just looking forward to seeing is Kate. I just hope she's not not brought in for the sake of fan service. I hope they actually.
Okay,
Kate Stewart. Yeah, I just. Hope
my concern is, don't just say that Yaz and Dan lived together for years, and then when everything goes back to normal, they're like just regular with each other. I mean, these are people that lived with each other for years. Yeah. So there's got to be something that's happened with them, or something that, she's more close to. I mean, she's spent more time with Dan than the Doctor now. So
we'll put it like this, right? If they're in 1901, which is where they are at the minute, had certain things not happened, going back to the whole Barnum thing, could it have been the case that we know Torchwood was established in the 1860s? Could it have been that they went to Torchwood, in the 1900s and tried
But you don't even know what Torchwood is, Yaz.
Torchwood what?
Yaz don't even know what Torchwood is.
Yeah, the two of them don't, but if
it's got, they're gonna do something stupid like they invented Unit. I hope not, but they're gonna do something stupid like that.
But my theory was that Unit was always invented during the second Doctor's era, not the fucking.
Well, it was the second because wasn't Lethbridge Stewart a lieutenant?
Yeah, and it was like the 60s, the early 60s, wasn't it? At that
right.
Time?
So he did. That's where he first met, Brigadier, but he was a lieutenant, right?
So,
or was it lieutenant? Or was it colonel?
He was a colonel, I think.
Colonel, right?
And then he was the brigadier after that.
Yeah.
But I just hope it's not a case of, you notice that line in the episode where it says the army moved in once everybody disappeared in that village. Is the army Unit? Is the army?
But that's what I'm concerned with, because again, I don't want them to do that.
Yeah, because I can imagine them having a scene where, it could be the case where the army come in and that's what they say, they confiscate.
And they make a base around the TARDIS.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. But listen, I'll tell you what, I'll head on because the episode is starting in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I gotta get ready because I gotta go to work and I gotta catch the bus. So I gotta get dressed and shave and everything. So I will see it tonight after midnight, and then I will do a video on it, and then we will be doing the Whovians cast on Thursday. So thank you, bro. It's been great.
See you later.
Have a great day. Take care.
All right. Bye.